We love money, eh?
We do love money.
We love money
it.
and we love our families. That's what happens. But of course, we also love the truth. And the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth, yeah. But what happens when you mix all of them together? Ooh. That's where things get complicated, right? I mean, think about it. Today we are asking the tough questions when it comes to financial transparency, especially between couples in our Money Matters chat. And here's your host, Graham.
We'll try and navigate these stormy waters. Now, of course, we'd love to get your perspective. If you want to join the conversation, you can use this hashtag, Our Money Matters, right now online and help us work through this little conundrum. Now, I kind of almost sort of expect Zoe's answers when it comes to anything financial, because you got your head screwed on right, girl, which is great, okay?
Thank you for saying that. It doesn't feel like it all the time.
Yeah, but you have a goal, and you are really good at kind of holding your true north, okay? Now that this entanglement of yours has become almost a knot, and hasn't been tied into a...
Entanglement? Is this a red table? What?
Now you're going to have to start thinking about such things, the combining of this financial journey. Okay, where does that begin and end? Maybe let's start with your roadmap. So what was money like for you growing up? Were you aware of the financial pressures your family was under? Was that something that was never spoken about? How have you been able, now that you're adulting, how have you been able to put that in perspective?
So growing up, I think what was different was, like, finances were good when we lived in Cape Town. The trouble or the challenges came when we moved to Durban and my dad started his own business, moving away from that stability. And I think we were also at that age, I was in high school, so you can sense there's tension in the house, but it wasn't really spoken about. They don't like it when I speak about it, but I have to, because I don't want to make that my demon.
You're processing it,
That's my way of speaking about it, So naturally, with that being said, I did make a promise to myself that I never ever want to be in that position ever again. So I will work as hard as I have to make sure that's possible. So I think for me, that's been a big springboard in how I deal with my finances. And I thought I was okay until now. I can say my fiance. He's very diligent and budget orientated and very, like, I don't like using the word frugal, but he thinks twice before he spends, whereas I was a little bit more spontaneous with my expenses.
You kind of feel like you've earned it.
Yeah, so I spoil myself.
You better.
And
there's work really hard.
There's value and joy in both of those, because you do need some joy in that space. 1 to 10. Okay, let's oversimplify this very complicated conversation. How important is it to you to be transparent within your ecosystem, as having been in a couple now, a very unified force?
Yes.
How much of that conversation is financial?
I think it's important to charge financial conversation with construction.
Okay.
Because I know that growing up, it was quite destructive for me when you had a conversation with, you needed something for school, and immediately you get shut down, and that word like, we don't have money, comes to mind. So
negotiate.
So growing up, it was kind of like that financial trauma, and I never ever wanted my kids to feel that, nor my partner to feel that, and that's why whenever there's a conversation, it's always constructive. If there's not enough for something, it is a constructive conversation about how will we get there. And I think the transparency, I'm going to say about a 7 out of 10. The reason why is that the specificity of the money coming in and going out, etc., is quite important to a certain extent. But at the same time, as long as everybody in the house feels protected, secured, and they know that things are managed properly, I do think that that is enough.
You need independence within that. You really do. That is, trust me, it is one of being a lot older than both of you. You need independence. You do also need oversight. And I've also found me a practical girl that can, like, no, you do not need that. And that's what we need. But we'd love to hear from you guys how you feel about this, especially when it comes to a shared bank account. I'd love to know how you approach that one. So you can continue the conversation online, or you can drop us a voice note. But the most important thing is you don't have to join your accounts, but you can still help your spouse save up to 50% on their banking fees. Nice. So if you're a NEDBANK client with a transactional account, join the family banking on the My Money app, and then invite your partner to join as well. They'll save 50% every month on their banking fees, which can accrue, okay? And the true love for all those details, you can visit and apply on nedbank.co.za. And please, if you're going to have this conversation with your partner right now, be gentle, okay? Just go light, go soft.
7 out of 10.
You must be wondering how I got here, man. Enjoying bomadi sushi, got the fork and knife over bubbles of sparkling water. But I didn't know the changes, Joe. Because I chose NEDBANK, the bank that gives you discount upon discount in this country. I'll call it a bank with benefits, eh? Yeah. Value guaranteed.
Seriously?
Seriously.